Hi, my name is Mason Hills and I am the head developer for our online database used for Ravenclaw Industries. This video is just going to go over how to actually access the employee database. So I'm assuming if you're watching this video you are actually a employee who is high ranking, and if you are high ranking that means that you will have access to the employee database, and this just covers everything involving our actual employees. Okay, so the way you would have received this is you should have been messaged this right here, and all the it's the employee database. Do not share this link. uh, this is private within the higher ups in this community. Okay, you can access this by selecting this link and you'll be brought to this right here. But first, before you do that, I need you to go ahead and fill this out right here. This is the password recovery link. It's the same one as on our handbook. So what you're going to do is you're going to open that up, and it's going to pop this little thing up right here. And if you follow the instructions right here, when you fill out the password, change form under name, put your name but with the 1 after. So for example, it would be Mason Hills 1. So if this was the very first time logging into this, I would put Mason Hills and then put a 1 after that, and then put in your actual phone number for in-game, and then reset password. If you get this message popping up, the information you provided does not match our records, please try again or contact Mason Hills for assistance. Make sure you put your information in correctly. If you have double checked and your information is incorrectly, that most likely means you have not been whitelisted as an admin within the database to use this. So contact me and I'll go ahead and add you as admin. Alright, so once you've completed this, it will send you an email, and what you want to do within that email is fill out the stuff it tells you. It provides instructions. Afterwards, once you get that settled out, you're going to go ahead and open up that one link again, this one right here, and it's going to pop up the login screen. Now what you want to do is you want to use your custom login or your admin login. So that's going to be your name but with the 1 afterwards. So in my example, it's going to be I'm not typing. Mason Hills, and then there's going to be a 1 after that. So just that 1 means that you're an admin, and then your password that you set, and then select login. Afterwards, you'll be presented with this screen right here. This is a lot more complicated. You have a lot more options compared to the other database that's public for searching up clients. So the way this is going to work is each client or employee here is assigned a ID. This is different from their call sign. The ID is a way of keeping track of who they are within the database. Agent's name is their name, phone number, agent call sign, so that's their actual call sign. Division is what they are, so security, towing, etc. You can also search up part-time, full-time. You can search up by the number of strikes they have, and then status is yes, no, or any. What status is it's a way of blocking people out of the database. So yes means they're able to log in. If you select no, it will block them from the database. So when they try logging in, it will say that they can't log in. And then any is either yes and or no. This also works with just pressing search. So in this case, we're going to just press search, and it's going to pull up a lot of records here. I would recommend just using the search function, as it's a lot easier. Alrighty. So also, same thing here, so you can search up people who are full-time and they are currently active, and it'll pull up everybody who's currently full-time who are active. Another example would be the number of strikes. So we can go ahead and put 1x under strikes, who are any, and then search. And then as you can see, this person, John Banks, has 1 strike. So we're going to go ahead and search again. Now, one very important thing here is this can be manipulated very easily. So be extremely careful. The main accounts that you do not want to mess with are the accounts that say 1 after it. Those are our admin's accounts. If you mess that up, that person that you messed up would not be able to log into this anymore. Okay? So don't mess with that. If you are trying to manipulate this, you will be caught, and I can easily change it back. But just for right now, please don't mess around with that. You'll know it's them because they'll say one after their name. So if you were to just press search and you go through, go to the next page, you keep going through, right here are the ones that say that. You'll also be seeing them as they say admin right here. Admin is you're allowed to log into this database. Staff is the normal database. So don't mess with these. Don't add any of these. Don't do anything like that, alright? You'll also notice that you have the ability to delete. This is for extremely old records that we don't really need anymore, but try keeping as many records as possible. So that's way, just in case if somebody got fired and they came back as another person or tried changing their name, we can still identify them through their UID or their phone number or something like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and search up me. So Mason, we're just going to type in Mason. There should be a couple results. Yep. So Mason Hills is me as in the actual person, the actual one that's keeping track in the database. Mason Hills 1, that is the admin one. If it says admin here, we don't actually keep track of anything within that person. And then we also have Hank Mason here. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and search up me, Mason Hills, and then we're going to view detail. Here you have a lot of power. So here is their ID within the database. So back from here, usually their ID is matched up with their call sign. So those are always the same. So in this case, we can just search up 11. And it'll pull up me right here. So this is their name. This is their phone number. This is whatever time zone they are currently in. There's a lot of options here. So this is their call sign. Here's their rank. I updated this to the latest one. It looks like there's a bug with this, so I'll have to fix that. Same thing with the secondary rank. Yeah. Divisions, this is what category they are in. Z terminated means that they have been fired. Same thing with the secondary division. Active, this pretty much means if they're able to log into their account or not. So if I were to untick that and update, they would no longer be able to log in. Don't mess with that. Only do that if they've been fired and you no longer want them having access to the account. Strikes, this is the number of strikes they have. Please put N/A if they don't have any strikes. If you do give them a strike, put down the date in which you put the strike on. This is either part-time or full-time. If you don't know, put N/A. Date hired, this is the day in which they were hired. I don't know why that's blank. I'll probably fill that out later. Last transferred promotion, pretty self-explanatory. This is their UID, and any notes, goals, and then their email here. And then very important, there's really no actual reason to mess with this, but for whatever reason, if you had to change their password, you can change it right here. Make sure these are the same. But there's really no reason to actually use this, knowing the fact that there's a password change right here. So that's everything involving that. And if a new employee were to enter, we would simply just search them up. And let's say somebody named Bob was joining. Is there a guy named Bob? Let me check. I don't think there is. No, there isn't. So let's say Bob wanted to join. All you'd have to do to allow them to have access to the normal database is put in their name, Bob, put in their phone number, and then put in their email. And then 123@gmail.com. That's all they really need to be able to sign in. So after that, all you would have to do is tell them to go to the password recovery and put in their agent's name, which is Bob, tell them to put in their own phone number, which is listed right here, and then they'll get an email verification, which is what email is used for. After that, they'll receive their password and they will be able to log into the client insurance list. The rest of this, you can add this, but I would recommend just pressing add at this point. Don't actually fill in that part where actually, my bad. You also want to do active. Select active. It's very important as well. Yeah, so just tick that right there. That says status, and they'll be able to log in. If this is not selected, they cannot log in. If they're complaining that they can't log in, make sure that status is ticked. And then back to leaving the rest empty. And then from here, you'd actually fill in all the information in detail. Just it's a lot easier to do it through this compared to filling it out on the other one. So that's going to complete the tutorial for this. If you have any questions, concerns, refer to the beginning of the video and send me a message. Once again, there's no way of actually getting to this database through our forums, just because we don't want other members getting to this. The only way you can access this is through the link that I've provided to you right here. So after this video, I'm going to actually update the database, so that's way all these people can actually sign in. And also, if this link does get out and our employees get it, it's not that big of a deal, because like I said, it goes off of a certain account with the 1 in front, and you have to actually be added to a database, and your rank has to be set to admin to be able to actually log in. So even if they somehow did obtain this, they would still not be able to log in. So that's going to conclude this video. If you have any questions, like I said, refer to the beginning of the video. Thanks for watching.